Hey everyone, and welcome. If you're gearing up for the SSC MTS exam, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to crack the code on the February 11th third shift paper. And look, our goal isn't just to go over old questions, it's to find the hidden patterns that are going to help you sharpen your study plan, starting right now. So let's dive in. So I want you to think of what we're doing here less as a review and more like we're finding a treasure map. Seriously, the patterns hidden in this one paper can guide you straight to the topics that matter most, which is going to save you a ton of time and, help you rack up those points. All right, here's the game plan. We'll start with the big picture, the exam blueprint. Then we'll dive deep into history, geography, and science questions. After that, we'll tackle the English section, and then we'll wrap it all up with a concrete, winning study strategy you can start using today. So you might be wondering, why are we obsessing over one single paper? Well, it's because by looking at the exact questions they're asking, we can spot these high-priority topics and themes that just keep popping up. This isn't about guesswork. It's about using data to get ahead of the curve. Okay, let's kick things off with history and culture. Now, this section can feel absolutely massive, right? But the exam is actually giving us some pretty clear clues on where to focus our energy. Let's take a look at our first clue. So here we go, a classic founder question. Take a quick second. Do you have the answer? These are the kinds of quick win points that you really can't afford to miss on exam day. And the correct answer is Danti Durga. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, another fact to memorize. But hold on, because it's the type of question here that is so important for building our strategy. And this right here is the key takeaway. This wasn't just some random question they pulled out of a hat. The analysis shows that this dynasty and founder format is a recurring theme. It shows up again and again. This is a topic you absolutely have to revise. We're talking guaranteed marks. All right, let's look at another one. This time, it's coming from religious philosophy. This question moves beyond simple dates and names and really gets into the core concepts. The answer is Jainism, a principle that's really closely tied to Mahavir Swami. And just like before, the real gold here isn't just the answer itself. It's what the exam is telling us about the kind of knowledge it's testing. This hints that we're seeing a shift towards understanding the core ideas that shaped these cultures. So, the bottom line is, the exam is checking if you understand these fundamental principles. The analysis points to a really strong focus on the core tenets of both Jainism and Buddhism. You've got to know what they believed, not just who they were. Okay, let's switch gears and move on to geography and economics. This is where the exam really tests your handle on hard data and key national milestones. Precision is absolutely everything in this section. Now, just notice how specific this is. It's not just asking about the primary sector in general. It's asking for a precise percentage from a very specific census. Yeah, the questions are definitely getting deeper. And the answer is a super specific 54.6%. This just goes to show that having a general idea isn't going to cut it anymore. You need the exact data. So the big question is, where do you find reliable information for this level of detail? And this right here is a golden piece of advice. For this kind of deep, accurate data, your standard guidebooks might not be enough. The analysis strongly, and I mean strongly, recommends going straight to the source, your NCERT textbooks. Here's another great example, a huge economic milestone for the country. Do you know the year? This is a perfect test of your awareness of India's recent economic history. The year was 2007. It's a simple, direct fact, but knowing these key economic markers is a really easy way to pick up points that a lot of other people are probably going to miss. All right, let's change it up and jump into science. This section, and I'm talking specifically about biology, has some very clear patterns that you can totally use to your advantage. Here's a really fundamental question about the human digestive system. It's a classic biology topic for sure, but let's see what it tells us about where the exam's focus is. And the answer, of course, is the small intestine. But you know the drill by now, right? We're not just looking at the answer. We're looking for the bigger pattern here. And here is that pattern crystal clear. Questions on human biology, and specifically on the function of major organs and systems, are showing up over and over again. So what does that mean for you? It means when you study biology, your number one priority should be understanding how the human body actually works. The liver, the kidneys, the pancreas, the lungs. It is a super high-yield area. Okay, now for the English section. A lot of the time, success here isn't about knowing a bunch of obscure words. It's really about mastering the fundamentals and avoiding those common, really costly errors. Here's a perfect example from the paper, a misspelled word question. The word was occurrence. And as you can see, the trap is that double C and that double R. Seeing it laid out like this is probably the best way to lock it into your memory for good. And it wasn't just about spelling. The paper also hit on synonyms, antonyms, and common idioms. These are the core vocabulary areas you really need to be focusing on. A little bit of revision on these topics every day can stop you from making simple mistakes and can really boost your score. Okay, so we've analyzed the questions, we've uncovered the patterns. Now it's time to pull it all together. This is the most important part, your actionable 5-point plan based directly on what this exam paper has shown us. Here it is, your blueprint. Number 1, make human biology a priority, especially organ functions. 2, master those dynasty founders. We've seen it's a proven, recurring question. 3, for that really deep data, like the census, go straight to the NCERT books. 4, go beyond just names and dates and really revise the core philosophies of major religions. And 5, drill those common English errors, spelling, synonyms, antonyms, and idioms. That's it. That's your plan. So there you have it. The exam paper has literally given us a map. The only question left is the one you see right now. Which of these high-impact areas are you going to tackle first to give your preparation a real boost? The key is to start now. Good luck.